anybody else really tired and have an eye twitch? I mean, other than that, I am having a really good day and I am rather excited to start filming this video. How's your day going? We're going to be trying out some new products in this video today from Charlotte Tilbury, Merit, Dior and YSL. So all quite high priced items, but do stay tuned. There will be an affordable video coming very, very soon. So really excited to get some of this on my skin. I have tried some of these products before, but some of them I have not. So I'm on the edge of my seat. Let's get on with it. As you can see, I already have color corrector, eyeshadow, and my brows done. I did those off camera because I have nothing new to try here. And even though this isn't new either, and maybe I should have done this before coming on camera, I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer on underneath my eyes, which is a backwards way of doing it usually for me, because usually I would do foundation and then I would do concealer, but I'm gonna do it a different way around today because, you know, just feeling like it. And I do think that I will have more success with the base product I'm using today if I've already covered over anything that I don't want poking through, because I am going to be trying out the new Merit The Uniform Tinted Mineral Sunscreen, and I've heard mixed reviews about this. I am going to be trying it as a skin tint rather than using the appropriate amount for an SPF. So if you want to see how this lays down, how it wears throughout the day, using it as an SPF and using the proper quantity of product that you're going to need to get the SPF 50 that is in this bottle. Stephanie Marie's just done an amazing video all about that, and she tries it with the proper quantities. So I'm not going to do that today, but definitely I will link her video in the description box for anybody that wants to see how it applies with the correct amount. So this comes in various shades. I have the shade, I think the shade's 24. You will see for a skin tint, I think it looks more like a foundation. This has quite a thick consistency. It's definitely not serum-like. People always ask me why I do my brows first and have to then faff with trying to go round my brows without getting any product on my brows, for the main reason that I do use a brow glue, and I don't like getting it all dirty. So you can see I've got a little bit of a blemish here. In fact, I have quite a few blemishes because I've been eating extremely poorly over the last couple of weeks. I mean, shame on me. So you can see that this skin tint is not covering over those sorts of things. So you will need a little bit of concealer to cover those over, which I would usually do first, but I wanted to show you the level of coverage that this is going to provide if you're just going to wear it as a skin tint. This does apply beautifully. If you are wanting to get the SPF 50, I would advise you apply this with your fingers because you are obviously going to lose a lot of product in a sponge or a brush. Having said that, I did get a few brush strokes on my nose when I was applying it with a brush and just had to go over with my larger foundation brush and just stipple those out and make everything look smooth. So I have applied this with my fingers before, and I do think that is the way to go. I just think it applies so much better. So as you can see, a lot of my skin is still poking through. This is a buildable formula, so I'm just going to tap a little bit more over those areas. However, even though this is a buildable formula, it is a skin tint, so you're not going to get anything drastic. If you want a lot of coverage, this is not going to be the product for you. It is very, very nice on the skin though. It's very comfortable. It doesn't feel heavy. It actually feels quite cooling on the skin. Look at that. I think that is really, really beautiful for an everyday light makeup. I have just applied a little bit of cream bronzer to my forehead, tops of my cheekbones, my nose and my chin. It blended out superbly well on the Merit skin tint. I'm gonna finish my complexion before I move into finishing off my eye look, which is, again, backwards for me because I do like to add blush last. But there's a method to my madness. I really want to powder this down. I don't think it looks over shiny. It doesn't look supremely shiny on me. I do think the sheen is very flattering. I don't think it's very airbrushing though, and I feel like today I need to airbrush this a little bit. So I am looking forward to getting some powder on, and I always like to apply my cream products first. And this, I am super excited to show you. So this is the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Stick in the shade 077 Candy. It is a peachy pink with a bit of a gold fleck to it. So it is quite a nice warm colour. This is punchy. It is definitely punchy on pigment, and it's got a sheen to it. I'm not quite sure you'll see that here, but you'll probably see it when I apply it to my skin. It does remind me of a Chanel stick bronzer that I had way back when. It's a very similar colour, maybe a bit lighter in tone, but that gold fleck, very expensive looking. It's not going to be for everybody because there is going to be a lot of radiance that comes through, and you can't even see that now, so what was I worried about? Maybe really getting it into the bristles of the brush is the way forward, because I didn't do that last time. I applied it straight to the cheeks. Look how beautiful that shade is. If I lift my head up and down, you will see that glow. It's very beautiful, but it doesn't look wet. It's what I was worried about when I first picked this up, because I thought, oh gosh, is this gonna be a really dewy blush that I'm just not going to want to wear because it's gonna make me look like I've just had a 5-hour session at the gym. This isn't one of those, but it is one of those products that I would probably usually team with a matte foundation, or at least one that is less shiny than this one, because at the moment I just feel like I'm very, very shiny. YSL All Hours Hyper Blur Translucent Powder. I am in love with this stuff. So if you are mourning the loss of the Givenchy powder, if you loved that, you will love this. It is smoothing. It is airbrushing. It is not a setting powder, just like the Givenchy Prism Libra powder wasn't a setting powder. It's more of a finishing powder. So it does smooth, it does blur, but it won't set your makeup until the end of time. It looks very, very white on the back of my hand, but it is translucent. It is quite brightening underneath my eyes. I'm just gonna pat my concealer to make sure there is no creasing before I go in with a bit of powder. Look how smooth that is. I get so excited every single time I use this product. It seriously is gold. I mean, this is like diamond dust without the shimmer. I love it. I absolutely love it. I wish it set my makeup for a little bit longer. But I mean, it's just gorgeous. I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face with this powder just so I can show you. In fact, let's just do half the face so you can see exactly how this powder works. I'm going to get quite a decent amount on my puff, really get that into the puff. And let's do half the skin. The place where I feel it really does excel is my upper lip, which tends to get a little bit dewier throughout the day. It doesn't look powdery, it looks blurred, it looks smoothed, and it looks airbrushed. And then we have this side that, especially in this area here, you can see all my texture as well as up here. And let me just tap a little bit more out. Side already done. Side not done. Let's do it. They do this in other colours. It doesn't just come in translucent. I'm obviously going to be translucent. It does look quite scary in the pan because it is so white, but it reminds me of the Pat McGrath underneath the eyes. You know, the eye brightener, the setting eye brightener powder, I can't remember what it's called now. I love that. I absolutely love it. It's still one of my regulars in my top drawer, but this one does everything, the whole face. And yeah, I just think it's superb. Let's see how the blush applies over the top of powder, because I just feel like I need a little bit of pumping up that blush. Perfect. Perfect. Super creamy, but even though I've just powdered my face quite considerably, totally fine. My mum is always my inspiration. I am going to tightline just how my mum usually tightlines, just on the outer half of the eye, just to help to lift that eye a little bit, make my lashes look a little bit thicker. I've just curled this lash. I'm going in with the Dior Over Volume Mascara. It's such pretty packaging, this. Really beautiful packaging, and the wand, as soon as you see it, you are gonna know. If you've been a regular to my channel for quite some time, you know this is right up my street. It's such a beautiful wand. It grabs every single lash, and when it says it volumizes, it means it. So it does get a lot of product on your lashes at one time. I don't feel like this clumps. I know other people have had different experiences, but I really don't feel like this does clump, as long as you keep combing through those lashes and making sure that the product that it lays down right at the very beginning, when the wand first touches the lash, is combed through and it's smooth from root to tip. Look at the difference 2 coats of mascara can make. I mean, it's pretty impressive, much more voluminous. It is quite a weighty formula. It's very, very thick on the bristles, so it isn't gonna be super, super lightweight, but I don't feel like it feels heavy on my lashes either. It's glorious. If you love a voluminous lash, I've got a feeling you're gonna like this. Finishing off my lips, and I have picked up another Dior product. This is the Dior Addict Lip Glow Butter. I wasn't gonna pick this up, but it sort of found its way in jumping into my basket. No idea how it did that. Do I think this is obscenely priced for what it is? Yes, I do. I haven't tried it yet, so maybe I'll change my mind, but it is one of those products that I looked at the price and thought, really? Okay, so Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat Contour Duo in the shade Fair. Usually I'd use the other side of the lip cheat, the fairer colour on the body of the lip, but I want to share this with you first so that we can see the pigmentation that this will give on its own without anything underneath. So the shade of Lip Glow Butter that I've gone for from Dior is 103 Toffee, and it's in a very generic squeezy tube, not very impressive. The only thing that they've done to make this more special is attach this little Dior pendant thing to the end, which, you know, if I wanted that, I maybe would have paid separately for it. So there's a little bit of like a Murray Mint freshness to this. It's not heavy, but it's not really lightweight on the lips either. It's a little bit sticky, but very, very smooth. It feels very hydrating. It feels very nourishing. Apparently this has no butters in this whatsoever, so why they've called it a lip butter, I have no idea, but I like it. The jury's out on whether I think it's worth the money. Actually, the jury's not out. It's not worth the amount of money that you're going to pay for it, but if you want it, you want it. This is not a need, it is a want. There are loads of lip butters out on the market that are much more affordable than this one and probably feel very, very similar. But yeah, I do like it. It's gonna get snagged on everything that I have in my handbag though. So a little bit annoying, but. So my fringe is having a little bit of a moment. It won't sit right, it's being rebellious, but hey, we move. Having seen everything with my hair down, I do think that the Dior cream blush, what is it called? The Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Stick, although it's very beautiful, it probably isn't going to be the shade for me. I need something slightly warmer, and even though it's got that gold bit of glitter in there, that is not really chunky glitter, it is very, very beautiful. It's very elegant. I still think I need something that little bit warmer. Maybe it's because I'm feeling a bit tired today, maybe because I'm looking tired today, maybe because it's just I've got a skin tint on rather than a foundation, and I don't know what it is, but something's not quite right today. If you can put your finger on it in the comment section, I would absolutely love that. Look at what's happening today. What? It's got a mind of its own. It's not wanting to play. I think it's a really nice everyday light makeup. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. Hope to see you all in the next one. I'm gonna go and sort this mop out now. Bye everyone.